Yeah, alright, we're back with another installment of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign gameplay part 6.
So, guys, flag me. Check and clear all vehicles.
Yeah, if you've been following my gameplay, I've done a couple of ones already. Just giving you a gameplay as far as with commentary of my experience playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. One of the better installments of Call of Duty, even though people are going to say this game isn't what it was supposed to be. And all I got to say is you fuck off, mate. You bloody fuck off. This is a proper good job, mate. You fucking making fun of more Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I will crush you like a swallow pig. So this is not that bad. Like I like to play each and every kind of mission. I broke it up in little bits and pieces. Now, one thing that I do understand is that the fact that I'm grabbing this prisoner out, and they're assuming that this is Makarov. I'm just kind of curious on how they thought that was, and I maybe convoy, whatever. Maybe I just missed some shit. And they got this from Makarov's second in command, I guess, telling him it was to transport a prisoner, blah blah blah, X, Y, and Z. So I mean, that water is frigidly cold. Alright, so we're gonna find out who the big reveal is in a second. Maybe it's Makarov.
6 to Watcher.
Okay.
No Makarov. Target was not in the convoy. Prisoner's been intercepted and secured.
Can you ID?
Stand by.
Oh shit. Isn't it? Look see, General Motherfreaking Shepard. Wow. Oh, you're not too happy to see him by chance.
Ghost, you seeing this?
In my sights.
I mean, what the hell?
Gold fucking eagle action.
Shepard?
He laid a gold fucking eagle actual on that.
Then let's move in.
So let's move. Yeah, I definitely think you guys should move. I mean, it's cold as shit. He just was in some cold ass water and probably will die of hypothermia. But you know, it's a video game. Don't think too hard in it. But I think sometimes some gamers out there think a little bit too hard into these games and expect more than what they originally anticipated. You know, like, oh, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that. It's a video game. Remember that. What you should have, hopefully, a good storyline, but the storyline should kind of mesh up with a little bit. Look at Gaz over there just being chill and cool as hell. And this is...
Even if he is lying now, we can still use him. We dump him, we're walking away with nothing.
Man, Gaz is the fucking man throughout this entire series of Call of Duty, to be honest. He's just like, alright, I'm trying to do good, but, you know, sometimes some shit pops up, but everybody's kind of fucking angry, pissed off. Fuck it, let this shit ride, alright? Let's do what we need to do and fucking handle our business. I mean, he's been that way since the first installment of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, where, in this universe, he came in to play, and it was like, he was trying to handle some business. And the thing is, when I originally saw Gaz, I was like, oh, okay, Gaz is probably going to get his like he got his in the first series of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where Gaz was portrayed as another type of character. And he was kind of Captain Price's kind of right-hand man compared to Soap, who was the new guy coming into their unit. But then obviously Gaz ended up getting his in the first installment in the first one. That's what I said in my previous one. Everybody wants to complain about like certain things happen to certain characters, but you gotta remember a lot of those characters in the entirety of all the Call of Duties, the old installment, the first series, a lot of them got theirs. So I mean, Call of Duty, the new installment, is probably no different. But I think they're more to focus on keeping key characters in the mix and might have a little dramatic effect on certain things and certain characters later on as it goes. Oh, thermos. Boom, 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 boom. Get him. right, he's to the right. He's to the right. Oh, he's left. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Boom, got him. All right. Oh shit. Ooh, boom, boom. Take him down. All right. Moving. Look. Oh. All right. Somebody got him. Good.
Let's not be here when they do.
You know, so I think a lot of people. I think with this Call of Duty new series, they wanted the characters, since a lot of these characters from the first installment, the first series, people felt kind of in love with them. They love these characters. They obviously Soap McTavish, Captain Price, Gaz, Ghost. A lot of everybody kind of fell entranced with these characters, and I think if you notice, people always talk about as far as the characters and the development of these characters in the new installment of the Modern Warfare, and I think they focus a lot on making those characters a focal point to be like, hey, these are our guys. We want you guys to know that, hey, we're pushing the issue to show you that this is a group of guys that are team members, and they're tight-knit, and they're collectively together. And I think they do a heck of a good job as trying to promote that, because they're part of a task force. Now, I would have to say one little thing about this is, like, we've saw a little bit of, Sergeant Griggs. Griggs, as you know, he was in the first campaign, in the first series of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then he wasn't seen because he got obviously killed off. You play the game, you would recognize, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's true. Now, they didn't have him get, killed off in the first Call of Duty, the second series of the installment. He didn't. It was pretty much in, like, one scene where they were in, I forgot, Urzikstan or somewhere, and they were having, doing a battle scene, and they were firefighting, had to go get Alcatala, and that's all pretty much, came from it. Griggs was there, then bam, there no more, I think maybe they could have carried over him a little bit more, probably had him in there, because he was a part of the task force that was with Soap and them during the first series of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They pretty much just kind of said, Griggs, you're going to make him a guest appearance, but we're really not going to do much with him. We're just going to have him be here and then leave him alone. We don't want him here. I thought that was just kind of, it's just kind of weird on that aspect, on that part. And I was trying to get that rifle. Fudge. Alright, so we got these snipers wearing their thermal gear, and even with my thermal scope, I still can't pick these guys up. I see him a little bit. No, I'm just shooting in general direction. I'm gonna shoot this guy in the ass. He's running his ass off. I can't. He's somewhere down there. I don't know exactly where he's at. But that's why I said the first installment in the first series, Gaz kind of got left out by the wind side. Just as I think there's one part in here, my campaign that I've shown. Yuri from the first series, Modern Warfare 3. He played a pivotal portion of the old installment, where you played him as a character, you played him, and he was a definitive role. They're pretty much in this installment. Yuri is in there, but he's not really. He doesn't really do anything. He's just pretty much with the Russian, intelligence portion, and then he hands off a thumb drive to Laswell. I thought they could have done something more with him, since you did play as him, and he was a very pivotal point towards Macro. They didn't really do it, but then again, you have gamers who played the old installment of Modern Warfare 3, and they complain and bitch about the whole fucking series of that. So it's like, some of these gamers need to kind of hush, shut the hell up, stop complaining about shit, and stop inspecting something. Like, if you're so pivotal about it, why don't you become a fucking game writer and a developer on that? You know, take it for what it is. Each and every installments are different than the other one, and so for me, I just think they should have kind of had Yuri had a little bit more of a part in this installment because he was a pivotal one. But at the same time, I'm not going to say, oh well, you know, you could have played him because technically, the story wasn't feeding toward that. And if it's not feeding toward that, then why do you have him in mix with it? But they did have him kind of, you know, I would always say guest appearance, guest star. You know, the same thing with Griggs. But I would want Griggs to be more a part of what the One for One is doing because he actually kind of was part of a certain kind of task force, joint task force in the mix of it. But maybe it just didn't mesh that well. But then again, like I said, it's a new installment, new series, so maybe they're going a different way. But overall, I thought it was kind of just different. But like I said, people always talk about, you know, complaining about the old installment. Me personally, I'm gonna tell you, like, I love, you know, the COD Modern Warfare, the old installment, and I love COD Modern Warfare 2, and I love COD Modern Warfare 3. Thought they were good. I thought each of them, obviously my favorite, which is majority of a lot of people's favorite, is COD Modern Warfare 2. People just generate that one because of how the gameplay was. It was really good, and this is me not talking about the multiplayer or any of the, you know, other stuff to go on. I'm not talking about any of the multiplayer. Because I really didn't play the multiplayer. I played the campaign. Me personally, with a lot of these games, a lot of people always look at the multiplayer and other stuff. I'm not that kind of gamer. I'm a kind of gamer, like, I like to play a good campaign. I like to play the campaign in its entirety, because I think playing the campaign is, for me, I like to feel, I'm a movie-go person, so if it draws me because the storyline is good, and it's written well, and even though you have to understand there's some games that come out there and the games are not going to be as they're supposed to be, you know, because you still have to incorporate a whole bunch of stuff, and it is a game. So as it is a game, you want certain stuff in it, but you're not going to entirely get it because they have other things that they're doing, but they try to make it and mesh it well. It's basically like saying how, you know, a lot of these game companies kind of sell their script and stuff, or their storiness and likeness to a movie studio. The movie studio tries to incorporate by making a movie out of the video game aspect, but every time they do it, it always seems to fall under the wayside because you gotta understand, these games, video games that you play, these games we play, it is comprised of like hours and hours and hours upon, you know, gameplay and certain stuff put into the game to where the gamer does not just have like, all right, here's a 2-hour, you know, game and then bam, you're done. No, they want the gamers to continue to keep playing and to get the most out of playing it and get, you know, the consumers their money's worth. So if they're playing a game, obviously, because these games are usually anywhere between like 5 and like 6 hours of gameplay all total, or can be longer in some aspects, like, you know, some other games where you gotta put some time into playing these games. And then when there's some of these stories, movie studios, and what they end up doing is making terrible movies out of video games because they try to incorporate everything that happened in a certain story aspect, focusing on a certain like portion of the game into making it a movie, and not knowing that this is shit would have to be like a fucking series, if not, you know, multiples of movies to make sure that the viewer actually gets what's going on. I would say that if you looked at the Assassin's Creed, now the Assassin's Creed, the movie that came out, I forget what year it came out. It came out a while ago, and people were like, "Oh man, it's gonna be great, Assassin's Creed," because Assassin's Creed was running pretty hot. Like, they were like at their pinnacle, at their peak, especially when you had the Ezio Auditore de Firenze. and they had the storyline of him from goes back to not Assassin's Creed the first one, but Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations, with Ezio Auditore was a main focal point in the game, where many gamers who played Assassin's Creed played it because of that character Ezio, because he made you want to figure out and see his story to it, you know, as where it went and where it was going and how it ended. And when his character was done telling his story, it was like, oh, well, now you have to pick up to have someone else have another story, and you hope that it actually is as good as his. And when his was done, I would say for me, for the most part, I was like, that's pretty much it. You know, they're not going to have another character such as him in that series be as good as his character, be as good as how it drew everybody. And like I said, that was the top pinnacle. Now, when people, they decide, hey, let's make a movie out of this, you had a ton of people, and people who didn't know or never played the game Assassin's Creed, going to the movies confused as fuck, because they didn't know anything about the movie. Well, didn't know anything about the game. They didn't know anything about what was going on in the game. They were going into an unknown, like, I heard this movie is supposed to be fire because of the video game, you know, and they're like, okay, but then they're like, well, what's going on? What are they talking about? You as a gamer, you know what's going on, you know, but the delivery to it kind of be like, well, they could have explained some shit instead of just anticipating, assuming, you know, the viewer knows what happened. And I think that's what happened with the whole movie transition, was they expected that the viewer would know what's going on, when majority of the viewers are going to be novice people who are new to the entire franchise, or new to the whole, as far as the storyline of what's going on. And when you have that, most of them don't know what is transpiring or what has transpired. Now, if you're an avid person of the story, you know, but it's the way the delivery happened, and the delivery happened pretty bad. So, like I said, I would love maybe one day seeing something like a Call of Duty movie, but you would have to go back and start from the beginning in order for the viewer to really get an understanding as far as what is going on and what's happening. Now, I know Warzone does piece by piece, certain like that, because people say, well, they'll find out in Warzone how certain things go on and what happens in the coming months or whatever. But sometimes Warzone doesn't really truly explain everything in entirety, what the hell happened. Like, for instance, when the reveal of Alex came back after, you know, so-called volunteering and to manually detonate the bomb from the second series of COD Modern Warfare, and then all of a sudden through Warzone you find out, no, Alex never died. It's never explained as far as how the hell he got out of it. So I think that's like, wait, what the hell? And they also did that for Graves. You play the second one, you're playing that fucking tank and you're trying to beat that tank's ass, and that motherfucker, you know, it's very stressful because you're like, god damn it. And you're like, okay, Graves tank blows up, and then Graves reappears and you find out through Warzone, and you're like, how the hell did he make it out of it? It's never fully explained, never told. I mean, you could say for the most part maybe they might go on the lines of how they could do, if they're going to do a whole Fast and Furious bringing everybody the fuck back, they never fucking died or any of that shit, at least kind of do the Fast and Furious and explain some shit, like, well, you know, Levy was outside, but then she got blown cloth down and got picked up, you know, and this and that, and she had amnesia and some shit like that. You know, then you can be like, oh, okay, well, at least they explain some shit. Not as far as somewhat like how the Warzone and characters and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where certain characters have been killed off, but then next time they're reappearing, like, how the fuck what happened to them? That's why in my last video I had said previously, I was like, look, and if you hadn't seen any of the characters killed off, they're not gone. if you don't see the character getting killed off, the character is a high probability that they will reappear at some point in time, and whenever they decide to reveal them. Just for the simple fact that if you don't know what happened to them, they're not done. It's like Kurchenko in the Black Ops 2, you know, you didn't see what happened to him and Frank, and then next on Frank Woods is back in the second. You're like, what? I thought this motherfucker got his guys be bone one. But sure as hell, they didn't incorporate him at any point at the end of the goddamn fucking game of the first Black Ops, right? So you didn't find out about that Frank Woods is alive because he's in the beginning of Black Ops 2. And that's why I have a video, and I'm going to come out with it pretty soon, but I'm going to do a gameplay of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the campaign with commentary. And I already stated how I felt about that game. But, you know, and this might be a spoiler alert. For me, I think Jane Harrell is alive. She's not dead, and neither is the main protagonist in the game. Neither one of them are killed off or dead, because you don't see what happens to them. You don't see that they do get, you know, killed off. So I think everything has it to where they're alive and they'll reappear somehow, some shape or form, just to make the story, whatever they choose to, keep going. But like I said, that's another installment that I'll do a series on. I'm already in the works with that right now, as far as the commentary and doing all the gameplay for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I would tell you right now, I've played that. It's not a bad game, at all. It's just some stuff like the mount. I'll put it this way. Here, Modern Warfare 3, we have the mounting system that's still there, which I think is really good because you can mount things. There's no mounting portion that's in Black Ops 6. They took it out. Don't know why, but it's got back budget, I guess. But anyway, don't want to stick to talking about that. I really want to continue to just talk about Modern Warfare 3. I just think this Modern Warfare and this I think it's a good game. Many people have their own opinions. The story doesn't know it. Don't think too much into this. This is supposed to be like an action thing. You're going, look, did Commando have a plot? The movie, if you know what I'm talking about, did Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger have a plot? No. It had this dude who was Matrix, who was a strong, built-up guy, and basically they went to try to take his daughter, and he went to go back and go get his daughter, and he was just whipping ass the entire time. Did any of that make any sense that of the entirety of what he was doing? No, the fuck it didn't. It was just a fucking action-packed movie in the story. There was it. You blow some shit up, and you shoot some shit up. That's what the whole entirety of the goddamn movie was in Commando. You know, if you start looking, oh, this is the plot, you need to be a little more technical in how he's figuring this shit out. No, he's just a strong dude who's gonna blow some shit up, whip some ass, and as he's doing it, he's gonna fucking, in the overall fucking win. You know, Commando. You seen it? I mean, he's one-man army. He took on about like 100-some soldiers at the end of the movie. None of that shit makes any sense. But you watch it and you say, oh shit, fuck it. I mean, he's handling his business. You know, it's an action movie. Does the same way for this. This has a little bit more depth in as far as kind of a story to it. You know, like talking by telling you certain stuff. Commando was like, nah, we shooting some shit up. You don't like it? Oh fucking well. Turn off the channel, go watch something the fuck else. But we doing this over here. So open the thing, and they're getting in the helicopter. Enough of me ranting. I totally ran away from what I was really wanting to talk about. But man, look at that shit. Ooh, get on your knees, bitch. Now, was that really necessary considering the fact that he eventually gets up? And like I said, this dude was out in the cold and he was in the water and he's still able to move around without passing the fuck out from hypothermia. Highly unlikely, but it's a game, so don't think too much into it. I'm just pointing to obvious because it's, to me, it's pretty funny, especially with his bald ass head. So,
I'm all ears.
Own up.
yeah, Loudswell's out there. Like, where in the hell are they? To be honest, I don't remember. I know they're somewhere.
And I bet they'd
They'd be all ears, wouldn't they, eh?
That's it.
I know it ain't freaking.
You clear my name. Tell them
No, it ain't
I
the
am
U.S. There. They're somewhere in like Europe,
No
whatever.
one else had the
Maybe
balls
Russia.
to
I
do
don't
what
know.
I did for you. For
He's
all of
crazy to Russia. Here.
all your
You do it here, right here. You could.
briefs on a leash.
say yes, you get a warm ride home.
Or take a little me time and freeze to death.
That's the one I'm partial to.
Keep the prisoner focused on their own self-preservation, and eventually they will break.
The cat price with a smile on his face.
General.
You screw me on this, John, and you'll be sorry you kept me alive.
That looks like a threat. Cat price won't smile on that. Well, if you like any of this installments, I'm going to be making some more to finish out the rest of this with another, you know, as far as videos on the commentary of my gameplay. We'll talk about some other stuff on here too. So if you like what you hear and like what you see, definitely be on the lookout for some other videos. Like I said, I'm going to have other videos as well as Call of Duty Black Ops 6 gameplay. So look out for those videos. So if you like what you like, be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends this. Alright. So, you know, the cool's the cool show.
You told me to put Graves on a leash, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Keep it real short, General. You really do want to win.
You're damn right I do.
Guys and I deploy with fire. Soap and Ghost take the dam.
Rog.
Nick will provide transport. I'll put a Predator up for eyes.
Don't get compromised.
We won't, sir.
Keep your guard up and stay sharp. Good luck, everyone.